As the starting lineups ring out, we are ready to go. It's the 17th and final game of the 2015 Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. And this is going to be an incredible matchup. It's Miller Grove and Columbus. And even over the public address, as they're introducing the teams, they say Miller Grove representing the state of Georgia and Columbus representing the great state of Mississippi. That's the way they announced it. Obviously, we're at Corinth High School in Corinth, Mississippi. So it's a Georgia-Mississippi showdown, and it's the crown jewel of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic this year. Starting lineups will look like this for Miller Grove. Aaron Augustin will be the point guard, and he'll be sharing that duty, of course, with Altariq Gilbert, the five-star commit to UConn. Raylan Richardson in the starting lineup, the 6'6 senior forward. Kevin Page, the 6'7 sophomore center. And Joshua Jackman, the guard forward, 6'3 junior. For Columbus, it looks like this: Javante McDavid, Robert Woodard II, Cameron Douglas, Jartarius Dobbs, and Demetrius Clopton. And it will be Dobbs in the circle for Columbus High. Columbus High with that incredible length on the front line. Demetrius Clopton and Jartarius Dobbs, those two have incredible wingspans. One going to Jackson State, the other Austin Peay State. We'll tell you more about where all these athletes are headed for college and which ones have offers as we go through this contest. There's a turnaround jumper on the baseline, and Columbus comes up empty on their first possession. That was Robert Woodard II coming up empty with that baseline jumper for the Falcons. And back the other way, this is the Wolverines wearing black with the purple numbers. In the corner, this is all Tariq Gilbert. Gilbert, rated by many as one of the best point guards in the country, and he's swatted. Two different Columbus High Falcons get their hands on that one in transition. Good, strong take to the hole, no good, batted around. And Cameron Douglas comes up empty on his first shot attempt. And at last was touched by the Falcons, or correction, by Miller Grove. The Wolverines last touched it, and so it'll be Falcon basketball underneath their own goal. Woodard gets it in. There's a lob on the inside to Dobbs. Dobbs kicks it back out. Three on the way. Back iron, no good. We're scoreless. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. Miller Grove clears. Gilbert pushes into the front court. All the way to the hoop. A smooth move. He went the length of the court to pick up his first two. Lob on the inside. And a good outlet pass. Not an outlet pass, but an in and out pass from the big man. Kicks it out to Javante McDavid, who buries the three. McDavid had 18 yesterday in the clobbering of Madison Academy. Gilbert looking on the inside, can't complete the pass, and we've got a turnover headed the other way. Here's Woodard. Woodard, step back. What a difficult shot that was. Left it short. McDavid thought about the three. Now he wants to set up an offense. Douglas lobs in. And there's pass, and that's going to be just taken away. What a steal. That's Aaron Augustin, the point guard. He's been offered by East Tennessee State. Listed as a three-star by most scouting websites, but he's an incredible defender. Very quick hands, got a long reach too, and he's got his hands full with McDavid. Dobbs working it around. This is Douglas on the wing. Douglas had it poked away by Gilbert. Kicks it in the corner. This is Woodard for three. Robert Woodard II, being recruited by virtually everyone, buries the three, and Columbus High on top of Miller Grove early, 6-2. Woodard just a sophomore, and all Tariq Gilbert just stops where he is and pulls up for three. He's now got 5. Remember, we just saw John Petty put up 40 in the J.O. Johnson-Callaway game before this. McDavid up top, gets a pick from Dobbs, working through the offense now, crossing over to the left hand. He's got Woodard on the wing. This is Clopton out of his comfort zone up top. McDavid for three. He had 18 yesterday. He's already got 6 in this one. Javonte McDavid. And Columbus High on top, 9-5, courtesy of 3 3-point field goals. It's the only scoring they've done. Augustine, baseline drive and a kick out. They work it around, a wide open jump shot. Rims out for Raylan Richardson. Coming back the other way is McDavid. Quick crossover to get Augustine off of him. McDavid into the front court. Crossing over left to right. We're going to have an illegal screen set there by Demetrius Clopton. Never set his feet. He just immediately started rolling to the hoop, and he took Augustine with him. .412 to play in the first. It's the 17th game of the weekend. It's been an incredible weekend of basketball.
Why you being so soft with the ball?
On the wing here, this is Saunders. Saunders lost control, and we've got a 2-on-2 break, and hard to the hole is Woodard the second, he's got a scorer's mentality in this one. He has been aggressive earlier. And you're going to pick up some of the coaches' chatter. The Columbus bench is to our left. And so anytime you hear a coach screaming out a play call, you can bank on the fact that's Columbus. Head coach Luther Riley. And Woodard, a perfect 2 for 2 at the line. 11-5 is the early score. Columbus on top of Miller Grove. Miller Grove from Lithonia, Georgia. Called for the walk is Augustine right here in front of our table. Another turnover for Miller Grove. Columbus back with it now. McDavid with the basketball. Columbus a 6-point advantage and the ball. They lob it on the inside. It's a quick 2, put up, no good. The follow, no good from Dobbs. Now Augustine sets up the offense. More than likely designed to get this guy the basketball. It's Gilbert, step back, he's fouled, and he knocked it through. A 4-point play opportunity for Tariq Gilbert. Stopped on a dime, stepped back behind the 3-point line, buried the 3, and got the contact. 4-point play is one of the prettier plays in basketball. A lot of love is given to the alley-oop and transition basketball and all that, I agree. But the 4-point play is something else. It's a huge momentum swing, too. A quick 4 points for Miller Grove. They trail by only 2. Columbus on top. All 9 points for Miller Grove have been scored by the 5-star Tariq Gilbert. He got his hand on that one, knocked it into the Miller Grove bench. Clopton will check back in. Coaching staff imploring him be stronger with the ball. He'll replace the other big man, Dobbs. Dobbs is headed to Austin Peay State. Clopton, who just checked in, has signed with Jackson State. Woodard, cross-court pass to McDavid. McDavid in, out. It danced on the rim again and wouldn't go down. The other way. Bounce pass from Saunders. Pushing the tempo. 3-ball in the corner. Tariq Gilbert is feeling it. You want to know how many points he has? Just look at the scoreboard. All 12 points for Miller Grove. Scored by Gilbert with 2.5 to play in the first. Douglas kicks it over to McDavid. McDavid, an entry pass to Clopton, trying to go strong. And we got a reach, a foul underneath against Miller Grove. So all the Corinth fans from right here in Corinth, Mississippi are pulling loud and proud for Columbus because this has been billed as Mississippi versus Georgia. Falcons to inbound under their own hoop. That's Woodard. He got it in. They work it around. Woodard gets it back for three. Back iron, no good. Long run out and an easy two. That's Raylan Richardson for two. And we've got a timeout for Columbus. They have seen their lead evaporate, and now it's a 3-point deficit. Columbus on top, 14-11. We'll be back with more on the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic right here on SUV TV.
Woke up L8, freaked, then remembered McD's all day be fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka laka.
At McDonald's, yes. Hashtag all day breakfast, so good.
Yo, McDonald's serving breakfast all day now? 5 gold hand emojis. Hashtag Bay.
At Cows Go Mookie, faux show.
Dear at McDonald's, thank you for serving all day breakfast. Heart emoji, everyone on earth.
Retweet.
Favorite your retweet.
It's time for hashtag all day breakfast. Smiley tongue face emoji.
And they have set the ball on the sideline. Sometimes teams take too long to get out of the huddle, and that's what it was. It didn't affect Columbus too much, though. They get it inside. Shot blocked. Another shot attempt is blocked. On the inside, having a hard time with it. That was Deloach, Chris Deloach. Good, strong take by Altariq Gilbert. He took the contact at the rim and hung in the air and was still able to finish. That's strength right there from Gilbert. Good sweeping move in the lane from Cameron Douglas. Kind of used the Euro step to get by defenders. Here's Augustin with a burst of speed. That's the fastest two we've seen this weekend. A long outlet pass from the inbound. And Augustin turned on a burst and got a layup at the other end. It's about as fast as you can possibly score 2 points. These two teams are not messing around. 18-13 is your score. There's 1:20 to play now in the first quarter. Checking out will be Deloach. He'll be replaced by Dobbs. This is subs for Columbus. Gray will check in. TJ Gray getting his first minutes. He's going to replace Cameron Douglas. And it is Falcon basketball underneath their own hoop. Woodard takes his time, gets it in. That's Clopton. Back to Woodard. Hook shot no good. Batted around, and it'll be cleared out of there by Miller Grove. Richardson cleared it out, and here's Richardson again. Makes a move, crossover, step up, a 15-footer in and out, no good. Woodard tried to clean the glass, couldn't. It's batted around, loose ball. We might have a jump ball here. It is. Looks like a football pile-up. And it'll be an inbound underneath their own goal for Miller Grove. Triggering the inbound will be Aiden Saunders, 6'3" senior, wing player for Miller Grove. And Augustin's going to take a towel and just take this into his own hands. There's a lot of bodies on the floor. Floor gets wet. And Augustin took it in his own hands. He's going to clean it up. Now an official's going to help him out. Soak up some of that moisture, and we're ready to play. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. The long outlet pass, and it's a jump ball retrieved by Jackman. Jackman penetrate, kick, gets it back in the lane, drew two defenders, and then dropped it off beautifully for Brenton Cox. Brenton Cox gets his first two. Jackman takes a hard pick, and Woodard for three. Robert Woodard II has 8. And Miller Grove wastes no time. Altariq Gilbert, his first miss from downtown. Columbus with the basketball, and that's Woodard. He stepped over the half-court line. That's Jackman. If you remember him from last year, Jackman the sophomore was matched up against Malik Newman in that Callaway game, and Jackman did a tremendous job keeping Newman in check. Augustin now crossing into the front court, gives it to Jackman. Augustin gets a handle on it. He's thought he was fouled as he let that one go at the end of the first quarter. Couldn't get it to go, and your score 20-16 in favor of Columbus, I thought, but we might have the score mixed up on the score. No, you're right, it is Miller Grove. Miller Grove on top, 20-16. We'll be back with more from the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic. The second quarter will be next.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club, acquire exotic automobiles, fill a garage, engage in investment banking, be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
I see you in the night, I found you. I see you separate from the others. I couldn't say what I was thinking. I had to listen for it. It was hidden in the fall.
Most weekends only last a couple of days. Some last a lifetime. Hampton, we go together.
McDavid working against Augustin as we come back. McDavid crossing into the lane, working on an offensive set here. This is Dobbs, a dump down on the inside to Deloach, who bullies his way in, and there we got a foul. I don't think there's a shot attempt there. I got confused on the score before the break, and that's because this Miller Grove offense, it's such a quick strike offense. You don't think they're putting up that many points on the board because they don't have the ball very long. It's like a time of possession thing. They don't have the ball very long, but they strike so quickly. And Alterique Gilbert had 14 in the first quarter. Augustin with a bucket, Richardson with a bucket, and Brenton Cox make up the rest of the scoring. All three of those guys with a field goal apiece. They are ruling that Deloach was in the act of shooting, so he's at the line for 2. Most believe that Deloach will be a defensive end on the Division I level for football, obviously. So, others closer to the program may have other thoughts, but that's just that's what I've been hearing here. Some athlete nonetheless. Here comes Augustin and the Miller Grove Wolverines into the front court. They lead by 3. 7.5 to play in the second quarter. Just underway in the second. And we'll work it around the outside. This is Jackman. Jackman has it in the hands of Alterique Gilbert now. Gilbert facing, it looks like an extended 2-3 zone all of a sudden from Columbus. The shot missed, and then a scrum on the floor for it, ripped out of there by Gilbert. Now we're going to have a jump ball, I believe. And now we have one official saying timeout, the other saying jump ball, and it's going to be a timeout awarded to Columbus High School. So they catch a break. They're going to steal a possession with that. And despite the pleading of Miller Grove coach Sharman White, who is was the 2014 Coach of the Year on the national level and is a USA 16 and under coach, assistant coach. He's an incredibly respected coach on this level and the next. So it's a great one to have leading your team if you're a Miller Grove fan or if you're a Miller Grove player. That's leadership right there and somebody you want to follow. Both of these teams extremely well coached. You can tell how a team is coached by the way that they're prepared. And they come in the first quarter. I've always thought, first quarter tells you a whole lot about the coach. Of course, the players, too, can they get themselves ready, but it tells you a lot about the coach. And both of these teams come out ready to play in rhythm. Douglas will inbound on the sideline near midcourt. It'll be Javonte McDavid initiating the offense. Columbus trails by 3. Got Douglas on one wing, Woodard on the other. This is Deloach. Dobbs is roaming the baseline. Here's Deloach in the high post. He's going to lob it into Dobbs. Dobbs takes one dribble. He's harassed, throws it out. It's deflected. Deloach goes and gets it, and he loses it. And that's saved in bounds, and we're going to get a push on Deloach. 6.5 to play in the second. And checking in will be Clopton. He'll take out Dobbs. Gilbert inside the half-court line, and once he crosses half-court, he's in range. Gilbert kicks it in the corner and gets it back near the volleyball spike line. Gilbert breaking down the defense, kicks it to Augustin. Augustin pulled up from 15 feet and gave it back to Gilbert for 3. In and out, no good. He thought he had it. He began his trot in the other direction thinking that was in the bottom, and it almost went in, but it rolled around the front and came out. Columbus could not control the rebound, and so it's Miller Grove basketball underneath their own goal, and it's an entry pass from Gilbert that's tipped away, and here's Woodard now. Gets it to McDavid. McDavid in the lane, kicks out. Douglas wide open for 3, in and out, no good. Woodard can't control it. Deloach does, and he muscles it in on the inside. Chris Deloach, big, strong athlete on the inside. And he muscles up too. 5.5 to play in the second now. Loose ball on the floor. Miller Grove remains in possession. Here's Augustin up top. Gilbert on the wing. Pump fake. Drives baseline and floats it in for 2. He's got 16. He's some talent. UConn will be thrilled. That fan base, that loyal fan base up there will be so thrilled to have Tariq Gilbert on their roster. McDavid now. Columbus working on this Miller Grove extended man-to-man defense. They will trap and they switch on everything. Up top, Woodard, jumper, gets the roll and the foul. He's fouled at the free throw line by Jackman. Jackman pleads his case that he had his hands straight up, but the official's not having it. Jackson will check in for Columbus. So how about Woodard? He's got 10. And this is off back iron, no good. Quick entry pass there is bobbled and knocked away, and Tariq Gilbert ends up with it. Just every loose ball, you got bodies flying on the floor. Gilbert now out in front of the Warrior logo. We're at Corinth High School in Corinth, Mississippi. Gilbert behind the back dribble, sizing up the defense. Good entry pass, can't be handled by Richardson. He finally does get a hold of it. He tries a wraparound pass, and we're going to get a 3-second violation. There's a couple Wolverines that have been camping out in there. There's Page and Saunders both in there. Excuse me, Page and Richardson. McDavid now crosses into the front court with 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Miller Grove on top by 1. Woodard's pass deflected. He gets it back, picks it up. He's got some hands in there. Has this one blocked, and we're going to get a whistle, a foul against Raylan Richardson and Miller Grove. And that coaching staff for Miller Grove is not pleased with the call. That's the polite way of putting it. So it'll be Woodard at the line again. Couldn't convert his last time at the stripe. Trying to convert a three-point play he was last time. He'll get 2 for the shooting foul here. Back iron, no good. Robert Woodard II, he's a 6'6 sophomore. I mean, you can look at his frame and see his touch when he's shooting the 15, 16-footers. And that's all you need to know. I mean, he's being recruited by everyone. I was talking to coaches like, who are some of the big names? And they're like, just whoever's in the top 25. That's who's recruiting him. Everybody's calling and asking about Robert Woodard II. He's just a sophomore. Here's Gilbert in the lane. He's going to be called for taking an extra step. Here's Douglas on the baseline. He's going to throw this into McDavid. 3:45 to play. McDavid will walk this into the front court. Columbus trails by 1. They are the home team in their home state. Miller Grove are the visitors from Lithonia, Georgia. On the dribbles, Douglas. He had it knocked away. Scooped up and kicked out to Woodard, who lets the 3 go. What a shot from Robert Woodard. A high arcing 3, and he's straight up and down when he lets the ball go. It's tremendous form. Uses lots of legs with the shot too, so he's got that elevation there. It's a tremendously hard shot to contend or get a hand on. Augustin in the lane, kicks it out, and burying the jumper is Aiden Saunders. They give him 3 for it. Couldn't tell if he's on the line over there or not, but that gives Miller Grove the lead. Back and forth we go. They change leads on the last 2 possessions there. 25-24, 2.5 to play. It's Woodard up top. He has a cutter on the inside. It's Douglas. He has it blocked on the inside. Great defense by Richardson. It's a 1-on-2 break, and taking it strong, but coming up empty is Colin Young. McDavid spins away from the defender, kicks it to the corner. Penetration and lost it. That's Jarvis Jackson, can't convert. And the other way, here's that quick strike offense in transition. That's Aiden Saunders for 3. He's got 6 points now. And that prompts a timeout. Timeout Miller Grove. They call timeout. They like the momentum they have. They want to build on it. So they'll call a 30-second timeout. We'll take the break too. Give us a chance to catch our breath. More coming your way next. It's the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic on SUV TV.
This is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are going to have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day. Breakfast is the most important decision you'll ever make.
McDavid into the front court, initiating the offense for Columbus. It's a look in the post for Clopton, bucket, and the foul. And Coach Charmin White over there is all kinds of upset. He thinks that Clopton shuffled his feet before he put that one up off the glass. And they count the basket. 28-26 is your score. They didn't have it on the scoreboard at first. Now they do. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Clopton to the line. Chance to cut the lead to 1. It's Clopton's first 2 of the game. We're going to look at his touch at the line there. He is headed to Jackson State. Rebound, offensive board for Columbus. Clopton ended up with it and then kicked out. McDavid wants 3. Air ball. Drew nothing. And it's cleaned up on the inside by Colin Young. Here comes Tariq Gilbert. He's going to set up the offense very calmly into the front court. 1.5 to play in the first half. Miller Grove with the basketball and a 2-point advantage. Over to Augustin. Skips it across. Who has the hot hand? It's Aiden Saunders again. He's got 9 on 3 3-point field goals. It's Woodard trying to answer. Big shot on the way. Tremendous rotation on that shot. Left it short. Put up by Dobbs on the follow. He can't convert. And Miller Grove on a run. Here's Gilbert looking for the hot hand. Douglas again, can't convert. Back iron no good. It hit very softly. Thought he might get the roll, but no luck there. McDavid to Woodard. Woodard walked with the basketball before he made his move. We're under a minute to play now in the first half. Jarvis Jackson will check in. He'll replace Woodard. Woodard needs a breather. Augustin walks it into the front court. He says 1-4 low. Now he's going to get the pick. He works with the right hand, pulls up, kicks it back. Here's Douglas. Correction, it's Saunders. Saunders with the right hand. He gets trapped, gives it up. 28 seconds to play. Gilbert with the basketball, making his move. A little hesitation, bounce pass on the inside, and tripping and falling is Richardson. And then standing on the in line was Jartavius Dobbs. I'll get it right in a second. It'll be Miller Grove basketball. On their own baseline. Here's Gilbert wide open, pump fakes a defender, steps in for a 15-footer and buries it. He's now got 18. 8 seconds to play in the first half. McDavid pulls up. He can't answer. Loose ball. Miller Grove with it. There's a heave from the other end of the floor. It was on line, but a bit too strong. Saunders couldn't convert the three-quarter court heave, and so your score as the teams head to the locker rooms, 33-26 in favor of Miller Grove. They lead Columbus High School, and we've got the second half coming your way after the break. You're watching on SUV TV.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through. It starts with a great base and great foundation. It allows everything to feel perfect. I can do all things.
see you hidden in the night. I found you. I see you separate from the others. I couldn't say what I was thinking. I had to listen for it was
Most weekends only last a couple of days. Some last a lifetime. Hampton, we go together.
Join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles. Fill a garage. Engage in investment banking. Be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
The feeling of the perfect shot feels effortless to me. Right when I release that shot, it just feels serene and quiet. It's only me and the rim and the basketball. With my height, to have an impact and to be the player that I wanted to be, I needed to change my shot, and that was going to be something that would be beneficial for the long term. The process started just breaking my shot down from the initial release to the follow-through. And there were days that I couldn't even get the ball to the rim. There were days that I couldn't go outside of the paint area. It was very frustrating to not be able to shoot the way that I wanted to. The hardest part of that process was definitely the patience. But if I just stuck to getting better every day, eventually I would be able to shoot where I wanted to, anywhere on the floor. I went through some tough days, but found a way to just persevere and see it through.
The final two quarters of the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic for this year are underway. We begin the second half. Miller Grove with the basketball. And a 7-point advantage. They almost turn it over on the interior. That length from Columbus bothering him. Altariq Gilbert thought he was hit on the shot. Can't convert. Columbus gets a stop that they wanted to start the half. There's Woodard strong to the hole, lays it in for 2. It's a coming out party of sorts for Robert Woodard. He's now got 15. This is as aggressive as I can remember seeing him, looking for his shot and really being strong with the basketball. That's a designed attack, I'm sure, from him. There's Augustin, pump fake, throws it on the inside, and a beautiful hook shot on the interior. It's Kevin Page, the 6'7" sophomore, just a sophomore, Kevin Page. And he has lots of length on the inside. There's Clopton. His pass out to David was deflected. McDavid was deflected. And there's Douglas going baseline, lost control. Quickly the other way, Altariq Gilbert, hesitation, pull-up jumper is good. Altariq Gilbert now with 20. This is Douglas on the wing, guarded by Gilbert. Dumps it into Clopton. Clopton, one dribble, back out to Douglas. They're going to feed Clopton again. Makes a move, spins baseline, goes up, has it swatted away. And here comes Gilbert into the front court. A 9-point advantage for Miller Grove. Gilbert just sizes up the defenders, lets them back off for a second, and then he pulls the trigger. Augustin trying to steal the outlet pass. That was Dobbs pulling the rebound and trying to hit McDavid, and Augustin came in like a defensive back in football would and tried to pick that one off. McDavid into the front court. Gets it in the high post. Dobbs gives to Woodard, and Woodard lost control out of bounds. Last touch by Woodard. It'll be Miller Grove basketball, another turnover for Columbus. Just getting started in the second half. We've played just over 2 minutes now. Gilbert going to work against McDavid. Lost his footing for a bit. Now pull dribble. Now gets a head of steam and just crashes into the lane. He's fouled before the shot. They're going to call it on the floor. So inbounding on their own baseline will be Miller Grove. They have a 9-point lead. 37-28 is your score. Gilbert sizing up McDavid, crossing over, going with the left hand. We got a collision. We're going to get a blocking foul. It's going to go against Demetrius Clopton, the Jackson State commit. And DeLoach will come in and replace him. Chris DeLoach. If you think he's built like a football player, that's because he is. We'll be playing defensive end somewhere on the next level. On the interior now, this is Richardson. Richardson gets it out. This is Augustin. Bullet pass on the interior. Here's Jackman with the power dribble. Good ball movement, pump fake, fadeaway jumper. He had to elude a second defender that was coming over. And that's Jackman with a nice move in and out on that shot. Miller Grove can't buy a bucket on this trip. Several good shot attempts. There's a bounce pass going baseline, a little drop-off pass. Can't hold on to it, and Miller Grove finally turns it over. Here's Woodard in transition. Takes 2 steps, lost control. He turns it back over. And now Gilbert will slow it into the front court. Augustin with the ball now. On the far side. In the paint. That's a good move from Jackman. Not enough English on the ball, though, to get it to come in off the glass. Here's Woodard in transition. Splits the double team. Gets the bucket and the foul. Robert Woodard now with 17. Woodard leaves the free throw short. He's missed his last 3 at the line. And it's out of bounds off the Falcons. It'll be Miller Grove basketball. The lead's now 7, 37-30. Quickly on the attack. That's an easy 2 for Colin Young. Colin Young's first points of the game. McDavid into the front court. He's harassed by Gilbert. Gilbert got a hand on that pass. Woodard's got it, though. McDavid at half court, crossing over, now giving it to Jackson. Jackson back to McDavid. McDavid pump fakes, flies in, wild shot attempt, and it's cleaned off the glass. Colin Young with the clear. Gilbert pushing ahead. Gives it on the wing. The good ball movement. Kick out 3 in the bottom of the net. That's Colin Young. He's got 5 now. And it's a 12-point advantage for Miller Grove. Douglas with the spin move. It looked good, but he couldn't finish. Lost control. Kicks it out to McDavid. And Columbus head coach Luther Riley wants a timeout. Some sloppy play to start the second half for Columbus. They now trail by 12. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more after this on SUV TV. Falcons with the basketball, staring at an extended Miller Grove defense and also staring at a 12-point deficit. There's Woodard. He's trying to change that. He gets one to fall in. He's got a quick 6 in the second half, give him 19 in the game. On the wing, this is Gilbert. He lost control, out of bounds. It was last touched by the Falcons. Saunders to inbound. He had the hot hand towards the end of the first half. He has 9 on 3 3-point field goals. He's going to get it back for 3. Left it short. Good rebound and a wild, it was going to be a shot attempt. It ended up being a 360 pass essentially. And Augustin has it up top, picks up his dribble. Wide open 3-ball from the wing. That was Colin Young. He can't convert. Tariq Gilbert sneaks in and pulls an offensive rebound. Young kicks it over on the wing. Here's Augustin rising and kissing that one off the glass. Aaron Augustin. Woodard the other way. That good form jump shot is right in front of us. We had the perfect angle here, and it was good the whole way. Woodard knew it, too. Put his hands down and took off running. 2 minutes to play in the third. The lead is 9. That pass deflected, but it ends up in the hands of the intended receiver. That's Colin Young. He shoots a jumper from 15, kind of double clutched it. Couldn't get it to go down. It's knocked out of bounds by a Falcon. And it'll be Wolverine basketball. Cox to inbound it. That starts the offense. Gilbert back over to Saunders. He can't convert the 3. Back to Saunders now. Saunders ball fakes the defenders off of him. Decides not to try another. And this will be Gilbert. Gilbert going to work in the lane. He's so quick, but that floater was short. Drew nothing, and then we got a turnover right back. Columbus turns it right back over. It leads to a wide open Tariq Gilbert who can't convert. Now here's Augustin, another offensive rebound, and a good look on the inside from Augustin to Cox, and Cox finishes it. Offensive rebounds absolutely killing Columbus right now. Miller Grove is crashing the offensive glass and getting second and third opportunities. Here's Woodard for three. My goodness, is Robert Woodard the second hot or what? He's filling it up in this third quarter. He's got 12 in the third quarter alone, 25 in the game now, and he is keeping Columbus in it. They trail by 8 with 30 seconds to play. Another good look for Cox on the inside. He can't finish. Woodard, you know he's looking to pull. He's got the hottest hand in the gym right now. Instead, he kicks it on the wing, and that's a quick shot from Jarvis Jackson. He can't convert. Augustin, full speed ahead the other way. And we got 10 seconds on the clock. That's a great decision by Miller Grove to pull this out. They're going to get the last shot of the third quarter because of it. Here's Augustin, crossover in the lane, up and under, bucket and the foul. One of the prettiest buckets of the night, courtesy of Aaron Augustin right there. Crossed his man up, got in the lane, and then did the up and under to get underneath the outstretched arm of a defender. Took some contact along the way and kissed it off the glass for two. Can't convert the three-point play. It'll be a heave from Woodard. Almost canned it. And it'll be a 10-point deficit for Columbus High School as we head to the fourth quarter. Columbus representing the state of Mississippi. Miller Grove representing the state of Georgia. And we've got 1 quarter to play to decide it. Miller Grove on top by 10. We'll bring you the conclusion to this matchup and the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic when we come back after this.
Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are going to have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
When you make it, when you reach the top, join an exclusive country club. Acquire exotic automobiles. Fill a garage. Engage in investment banking. Be a venture capitalist. Then when it's all said and done, head to a steakhouse. Your steakhouse.
It's anything but traditional. A double portion of juicy marinated steak loaded with toppings and grilled to go. The new Boss Wraps, only at Taco Bell.
It's a fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Columbus with the basketball, trailing by 10. They need a bucket on the first possession, set the tone for the fourth quarter if they want to climb back into this. They're very capable. McDavid running the point. And that is a 5-second violation, not what Columbus wanted on their first possession. McDavid was being harassed by Aaron Augustin, who's had a great game. Only 6 points to his name, but he's done so much more than score in this one. Altery Gilbert has 20. Robert Woodard on the other side has 25. Those are your two leading scorers. Good look from Augustin to the inside. It's a hard bullet pass. They kick it over on the wing. A baseline drive, shot up. He's fouled. Colin Young forcing the issue on the baseline and will go to the line for two. Short on the first. 7:26 to play.
Block out, block out.
The second rims out. So an empty possession for Miller Grove. Douglas goes right, pulls up from 10, and he swished it. Cameron Douglas, he's got 4. And the Falcons need more from him in the fourth. You know Miller Grove will be keying on Woodard. Speaking of Woodard, he gets the steal. He's going to try to take it himself. He spins in the lane and had it stripped. That is good, quick hands from Augustin to take that one away. He turned it over, but then got it right back. Penetrating and getting fouled Raylan Richardson. In fact, they're going to call Richardson for the offensive foul. He hooked his defender as he went by him. TJ Gray will check in. He'll replace Javonte McDavid. So a change at the point. Going to get McDavid a breather. He'll probably only be on the bench for a minute. Gray into the front court. Gray with the left hand. He's going to give it to Woodard. Woodard now sizing up his defender. It's Jackman. Lob on the inside. Back out to Gray. Gray off the bench. Lets one go for three. No good. Look at Deloach, Sky, for the rebound. He battles on the inside. Puts it in for two. Chris Deloach now with 5, and it's a 6-point game. Those in attendance pulling for the Mississippi school starting to make a little bit of noise on the inside. Lots of hands in there. Jackman kicks it out. Lots of dribbling there from Alterique Gilbert. Crossover, step back. Scoops it off to a teammate, and now Augustine's going to set up a set. They leave Alterique Gilbert alone on the wing, and he missed the three. We've got a foul. This is a big call here, and it's going to stay Miller Grove basketball. They're going to get someone over the back for the Falcons. They're going to call it on Deloach. Miller Grove to inbounds on the far side of the floor. That's Young, and a good look. That's a great inbounds play, but Richardson can't can the 10-footer. And so it's Woodard. He's calling for a pick. He's going to get it from Dobbs. Woodard with the left hand. He's just going to pull up from deep, and he buried it. Robert Woodard with 28, bringing his squad back in this one. It's 48-45 with 5.5 minutes to play. Alterique Gilbert misses a three on one end, and Woodard buries one on the other. Gilbert in the lane, floater, too strong. Cleaned up and put in by Jackman. That was a man's rebound right there. Took it away from two Falcons and put it in. Jackman, his first two of the game right there. Here's Gray into the front court. Gilbert's going to be called for the reach. Gilbert had plans. He had plans of poking that one loose and taking it the other way for two. Got caught reaching. Douglas to inbound. He's got Gray in front of him. It'll be Gray guarded by Gilbert. TJ Gray working with the left hand. This is Douglas on the wing. They're going to throw it into Deloach. He couldn't come up with it. And here comes Miller Grove off the turnover with a 5-point lead. It's a penetrating kick. It's a good look. Back iron, no good. Loose ball picked up by Woodard. Here he comes, full speed ahead, behind the back, but Deloach wasn't looking for it. It hit Deloach right in the numbers. He, like everybody else, thought Woodard was taking that to the hole. And there's an easy two on the other end for Richardson. What a turn of events that was. It was a beautiful behind-the-back pass from Woodard. It hit Deloach. And I think he, like everybody else, was expecting Woodard to take that in. I mean, he's got 28 in the game. We are expecting him to add 2 more. And so we'll take a break. It is a full timeout. More action coming your way next. We'll bring you the end of this one on SUV TV.
Freaked, then remembered McD's All Day Be Fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka.
At McDonald's, yes. Hashtag all day breakfast, so good.
Yo, McDonald's is serving breakfast all day now. 5 gold hand emojis. Hashtag Bay.
At Cows Go Mookie, faux show.
Dear at McDonald's, thank you for serving all-day breakfast. Heart emoji, everyone on earth. Retweet. Favorite your retweet.
It's time for hashtag all day breakfast. Smiley tongue face emoji.
Breakfast is the most important decision you'll ever make. Deals are made over bacon. Global trade runs on eggs. And when world peace happens, I'm pretty sure cinnamon rolls are gonna have something to do with it. I have no idea what happens over yogurt, but we got that too. Oh, all day.
It'll be Deloach to inbound. Braylon Richardson got a quick 2, or an easy 2 on the inside for Miller Grove, and the advantage is 7 now. Miller Grove 42, Columbus 52, and Columbus 45. And that's Robert Woodard just taking the forcing the issue on the far side of the floor. Power dribble in the lane, goes up strong, he's fouled. There's not a whole lot you can do with Woodard when he's got a head of steam. You just got to hope he's going to lose control of the ball or miss the shot, because when he's burrowing in the lane like that, you either foul him or let him have his 2. I mean, he's just dang near unstoppable. He's now got 29. Your hope is not to let him catch. Now with 30, he cans both free throws. It's a 5-point advantage. Columbus picking up full court. Miller Grove almost turned that over. And now they do turn it over. No, Alterique Gilbert saves it, crosses over, scoops it to Jackman, who gets the bucket and the foul. That was not a pretty possession for Miller Grove, but the result for them was sweet. It looked like a turnover at multiple points during that possession, and somehow Gilbert gets in the lane and drops that off to Jackman. And even more amazing is that Jackman somehow got that up on the glass and converted the bucket. And Coach Riley for Columbus is pleading his case that that ball actually crossed into the front court and then was thrown back into the back court on the save from out of bounds. It was awfully close. I know it was right there at the line. Jackman is going to go to the line to convert the 3-point play, but he missed that one wide right. TJ Gray into the front court now. He's going to get trapped by Augustin. Now here's McDavid, the other point guard. They got 2 point guards on the floor, McDavid and Gray both. DeLoach now, hard to the hole, kissed it off the glass. Boy, between DeLoach and Woodard, this Falcon offense is strong. They got some powerful wings or forwards, whatever you want to call them, that they can slash and bang on the inside. Here's Augustin. Jump pass up to Jackman now. Jackman, bounce pass over there to Gilbert. Gilbert in the lane, scoop shot, up and under, can't convert. Here come the Falcons the other way. Ball knocked away, and scooped up by Woodard, but then it went off his leg, out of bounds. That was McDavid losing the handle. Knocking it away was Aiden Saunders. Aiden Saunders with that long reach. He stands 6'3", but his wingspan's probably more like 6'6". And he'll actually head to the bench. Colin Young will replace him. Young wears number 14. He's 6'4" senior. He's got 5 points in this one. And Douglas will come in for Columbus, so some key substitutions in the game. Douglas, a 6'4" senior. He'll replace Dobbs. 5-point advantage for Miller Grove. They also have the basketball. Alterique having a hard time. Alterique Gilbert having a hard time getting the ball in. And they're going to call, I believe that's TJ Gray with a hold away from the ball, trying to prevent his man from getting open. So a dead ball foul. And that does put Miller Grove in the bonus. It'll be Jackman, who bricked his last one at the line. He's 0 for 1 there. The foul works out in Columbus's favor because Jackman misses the front end. It's a 5-point advantage for Miller Grove. Here's McDavid flying in. He gets the bucket to go, kissed it off the glass, and we've got a 1-possession game. McDavid now with 8. And you hear the Mississippi crowd behind us chanting defense. They're pulling for the Falcons. Miller Grove with the ball. This is Alterique Gilbert. Spin move in the lane. Floater. Lots of contact. No call. Pulled out by Richardson. And this is Augustin staring at that Falcon defense. Crossing over, kicking it on the wing. Little jab step and now a pull dribble. This is Woodard and Gilbert. Crowd getting into this. Gilbert going to work, trying to get Woodard off of him, creating some space. Here comes the double team. Gilbert goes around him, loses the ball, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the reach. And that'll put Gilbert at the line. That's not what you want if you're Columbus. Can't afford Tariq Gilbert getting wide open shots from wherever they're at. Free throw line, he's great. He's good with the pull-up jumper. He's good in the lane, and he's good from downtown. He's just an offensive player, and UConn is going to love him next year. He's a Wolverine now. He'll be a Husky next year. Gilbert cans the first. Now with 21. Gilbert misses the second. Into the front court. Here's DeLoach in transition, and he's fouled. It's a 4-point game. DeLoach going to the line for 2. He could make this a 2-point game. Do not believe DeLoach has attempted a free throw in this one. He's going to lace up his left sneaker to do it. This pro-Mississippi crowd will be very quiet for DeLoach here at the line. And he gets the first. Wasn't exactly pretty. It kind of clanked in there. It's a little flat on the release, but it's not the look, it's the result. DeLoach squares his left foot right in the middle of the lane. He is a lefty. That one off back iron, no good. It's batted up in the air. It will be Columbus basketball. Pulling the rebound there was Richardson, and then he had it knocked out of his hands. I do believe that was the right call. It just happened to be right in front of the Columbus bench, and they were going to complain about that no matter what. So it's a 3-point game now. It is a full timeout. And we'll be back after this. Do not go anywhere. A 1-possession game, Miller Grove and Columbus. The finish is next on SUV TV. Clock reads 1:56, so we're just under 2 minutes to play. And it'll be Miller Grove basketball with a 3-point lead, 55-22. Triggering the inbound is Aiden Saunders. Full court pressure from Columbus. Augustin comes back to get it. He's trapped immediately. That's a lengthy trap. Dobbs and McDavid, and we've got a timeout. That's a great timeout from head coach Sharman White in Miller Grove. He motioned for a 30-second timeout. They've set the clock for a full, though. Not sure what it was officially awarded. We'll keep it right here. It's 55-22, inside of 2 minutes. Your story in this one, Tariq Gilbert got off to a tremendous start. He had 14 in the first quarter. He's cooled off since. He's got 21 now. The second half has belonged to Robert Woodard II. He now has 30. He leads all scorers. And he has brought Columbus back into this. It looked like at one point Miller Grove was going to stretch the lead. It was double digits, and they were looking poised to run away with it, and that's when Woodard started taking over in the second half. He had 13 in the first. He's got 17 in the second. two extremely well-coached teams and two very proud programs. Of course, Miller Grove had that string of 6 straight 5A championships in the state of Georgia, and Columbus, one of the best there is in Mississippi. And it's 1:57, the clock reads. And inbounding will be Saunders. This is a tough job for Saunders. He's got to throw over Dobbs. Inbound is to Richardson. Richardson a little out of his comfort zone, bringing this up into the front court. He does advance it. Kiss off the glass, no good. Battle for the offensive rebound, and it's won by Miller Grove. That's been the story. That's why Miller Grove has been able to hang on to the lead, is offensive rebounds. And there's a good look. Gilbert drops it off for Colin Young, and Colin Young banks in the bunny and gets fouled right at the end of that. The ball was through the hoop when the contact occurred, but it's definitely a foul. It was just a very late one. Young puts that through. He's at the line and converts the three-point play. Young now with 8 in the game. It's a 6-point deficit for Columbus. Gives it over to Douglas on the wing. You've got to think they're going to Woodard here. It's McDavid instead for 3. No good. Battle for the loose ball. It's won by Augustin. Here's Gilbert. Ooh, a smooth shot for Tariq Gilbert. And he's going to get a technical foul because Tariq Gilbert, after he laid that in, screamed at a Falcon player. I didn't catch what he said. I just know he said it. He was fired up after laying that one in transition. And I think in his mind, he felt like that sealed the win for Miller Grove. And without the technical foul, it might have. It's an 8-point advantage for Miller Grove now. Gilbert, that was a nifty move. He warded off the defender and got the 2 in transition and then screamed when he finished it. You're not allowed to taunt in high school basketball. You're not allowed to taunt on any level. It's more allowed in the college level, and then it's really allowed in the NBA level. You got to do something drastic to get a whistle for it on the top level, but in the high school it doesn't take much, and there's proof right there. So the technical foul gives Columbus 2 free throws. Woodard cans them both, and it's a 6-point advantage. McDavid wants another shot at the 3. No good. Gets the rebound. It's Woodard now for 3. It's short. Loose ball. Who wants it more? Augustin leaps up and claims it. Miller Grove now into the front court. 6-point advantage and the ball, and there's a good, smart decision. They get the ball in the hands of Gilbert, and he's fouled. Foul is against Douglas. Gilbert at the line. Chance to make it a 3-possession game. He gets the first. That was a big one. 61-54 now. 45.8 on the clock. Gilbert with one more coming. He's got them both. Smooth at the line there. He's now got 25. Here's McDavid into the front court. Lobs one up. It's blocked. Deloach gets it. His putback is blocked. And in transition, here comes Miller Grove. It's an easy 2 for Colin Young. Miller Grove going to put this one away. Woodard in the front court. He's fouled on the floor. They're going to call it on the floor. Woodard pleading his case. It should be 1-1. Yeah, so Woodard's going to get free throws out of it. But he wanted the and one. He wanted the continuation. Aiden Saunders will check in. He'll replace Jackman. That is a free throw substitution. Jackman has been poor at the line. And Woodard can't get the first to go. Full court pressure from the Falcons, but it does not look like they're fouling. It's a 10-point advantage. Gilbert gets it up ahead to Saunders. Saunders in the corner. This is Young now. And Miller Grove will call a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. But that is pretty much going to do it. They're going to run out of time. And with the 30-second timeout, we'll kick it to break one last time. We'll finish up the Lighthouse Thanksgiving Classic when we come back.
Freaked, then remembered McD's all day be fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka laka.
At McDonald's, yes. Hashtag all day breakfast, so good.
Yo, McDonald's serving breakfast all day now. 5 gold hand emojis. Hashtag Bay.
At Cows Go Mookie, faux show.
Dear at McDonald's, thank you for serving all-day breakfast. Heart emoji, everyone on Earth.
Retweet.
Favorite your retweet.
It's time for hashtag all day breakfast. Smiley tongue face emoji.
Woke up L8, freaked, then remembered McD's all day be fast. Hashtag boom shakalaka.
Gilbert. Tariq Gilbert's going to dribble this one out off the inbound. They just got the ball inbounded, and he was able to dribble it out. And that is how this one will finish. Miller Grove coming in from Georgia, able to hold off the late rally from Columbus, and they get a 10-point victory, 64-54. They were led in scoring by Tariq Gilbert. He finished with 25 by my count. And it was an incredible performance, particularly in the first half from Gilbert, showing how he can score in a multitude of ways. In the paint, in transition, he can shoot it from mid-range or from deep. We want to also say congratulations to your Lighthouse Challenge champions of this year. That was Sunrise Christian. They won the four-team tournament that was held this year for the first time. And also congratulations to everyone who's played a part in this broadcast. It has been a joy to work with you all. And what a job Corinth High School has done hosting this tournament yet again. The Lighthouse Classic 2015 is in the books, and it was a tremendous success and showcase. And here is the crowning of Miller Grove, and Tariq Gilbert's going to get the Player of the Game award for this final game. That'll do it for us here at SUV TV. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Of course, check out SUV TV at thesuvtv.com and see if they can be of any service to you. Follow them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. They've got it all. Until next time, we'll see you later.